What does the word treasures mean to you?
Treasures means to me something valuable. People want to see it, something worth preserving, something for posterity, something that is meaningful, particularly for the Library of Congress, and something that really people, when they see it, they say, I'm really glad I saw it.
Treasures to me is not necessarily like expensive. It's stuff that we can't recreate, we can't get back, stuff that we pass on from generation to generation, and they can see what happened when we're all gone.
We all have our own idea of what a treasure is. At the Library of Congress, we are making sure that our wide variety of treasures can be seen in one space, thanks to the new David M. Rubenstein Treasures Gallery.
The goal of the Treasures Gallery, structurally, the display part of it was to come up with something contemporary, modern, clean, and unobtrusive, so that it almost disappeared, so that we could really highlight the collection. So the challenge was, how do you make something that's somewhat timeless and universal enough that it can support whatever theme we put into that gallery?
The stories are the objects in a way. You could look at this very humble looking object. It looks like a small round disc that has some markings on it, and then you learn this is a cuneiform tablet. This was the earliest form of written language.
March 31st, 1854 was when the Treaty of Peace and Amity was signed between the United States and Japan. So that's really kind of the official starting point for relations between the two countries. And this scroll documents different scenes from that return visit, so in that period leading up to the signing of the treaty.
The Treasures Gallery itself will be permanent, but the items on display will be rotating. The end result of all these moving parts is that whether you're a new visitor to the library or you are a repeat one, you are going to see something to be treasured.
I think it's important that the exhibit will be a living exhibit that's always evolving and changing, because just like the country, we're always evolving and changing.
One of the great things that the exhibits allows us to do is to have material out that people request a lot that we can't show on a one-on-one basis. So this is allowing people to come and see and connect with material that, just out of the nature of what these pieces are, we have to keep back a little bit as much as we'd like to show them. So really, these are opportunities for us to, say, I'm so sorry, we don't have that here, because you can see it in the front of the building.
Just talking about this kind of overwhelming, because all kinds of treasures from the library's collection gathered together one place, and that you cannot experience online or digitally, although there are benefits to make accessible digitally. But I'm sure it's a really different, completely different experience to see actually the original item with your eyes.
Having seen some of the best that we have to offer, it's our hope that the Treasures Gallery is just the start of one's journey at the Library of Congress.
They have just as kind of that myriad of experience as they walk through. There's these beautiful pieces, but there's also like really historically like resonant pieces, but there's also just like cool and interesting stuff. So I hope that they have fun and they're awed, and they have a moment where they're like, really have to take something in. But yeah, I hope that they have all that experience walking through.
There's really, honestly, at least one thing for everybody in there. I think it's going to be really exciting for everyone to see what we have here. It's so much more than you think than just, oh, it's a library.
The Library of Congress has more items than probably anybody in the world in terms of a facility like this. So we could spend the next 10,000 years rotating all of its artifacts and documents and books into a treasures gallery. And I hope over the next 10,000 years or so, the Library of Congress will do that. And even after 10,000 years, you probably wouldn't see everything it has. But I think getting people excited to come see something fresh is one of the appeals of the gallery. By rotating things, people can come back repeatedly and bring their children and bring them back again and again.
So there you have it. No matter how you define it, you are sure to find something to treasure in the new David M. Rubenstein Treasures Gallery at the Library of Congress. We can't wait to see you soon.